Welcome to Full Court Fits, the show that takes you around the world of NBA fashion while also bringing you the latest, greatest, biggest news in sneaker culture today. I'm Big Woz. Let's go. All right, let's get right into sneak peek. First up, we finally got to see some product coming from the Fear of God and Adidas partnership. Last week, Wednesday, Fear of God did their first ever fashion runway show. And during that show, we got glimpses of the first pieces from the Fear of God Athletics Adidas collaboration. We got some sneakers in a couple of different colorways. We got a couple of pieces. Pusha T performed at the show. This is at the Hollywood Bowl here in Los Angeles. He performed in a pair of the kicks. They just recently launched the Fear of God Athletics Instagram page, which previewed some more pieces and sneakers, right? Some people like, this is what we got after 3 years, which I can respect and understand. I, on the other hand, for the first offering, I like them. Honestly, not gonna lie, kind of just remind me of an Adidas version of the Fear of God Nikes. Not quite as exaggerated a high top as those sneakers, but like it feels like that thick midsole reminds me of that shoe. Even the style of lace that they use remind me of that original Fear of God Nike. And so I like them even if they are sort of derivative of the Nike joint. I still think they're fresh. We don't really have a release date or anything like that, or even pricing, but updates should be forthcoming. I think people who are fans of Fear of God and Jerry just generally should be excited about this, honestly. Fear of God finally shows us some product from their Adidas partnership. Next up, we have the New Balance 990 version 6 made in USA. Of course, the made in USA moniker and brand umbrella is all under Ame Leon Doors, Teddy Santis, shout outs to Queens. They're dropping a gray and navy version of this V6. This is a sneaker entirely designed by Teddy. The gray and white colorway has been, very successful for them. I think it's one of the doper shoes on the market. Navy blue happens to be my favorite color, period. And so like just a blue and gray sneaker, this is right up my alley. One of the critiques can definitely be of New Balance is like, how many gray dad shoes can these people drop? I understand that critique, but when you see some of the stuff they do in the collab space with people like Kith or even the Action Bronson collaboration, they get funkier with those things, but I think their main sort of GRs, they tend to keep it, pretty basic, but I think these are dope. Some of the most comfortable shoes you can buy right now. These should be coming out within the coming weeks, this according to Sneaker News. So yeah, be on the lookout for these joints. Gray and navy 990 V6 made in USA. Last but certainly not least, by the time this episode airs on Friday, these sneakers would have already dropped on Sneaker app and you would have already taken that mean, sweet L. But I wanted to talk about these sneakers nonetheless, which are the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Olive. You guys probably didn't get your hands on them, but I think it's important to talk about it because allegedly, these will be the last of this design.
Yeah, I can still do more.
I was as over the moon as anybody of the original brown, white, and black Travis Scott ones, highs. That sneaker put the whole culture in a frenzy, like a legitimate all-time sneaker moment. However, in the intervening 6-7 years, whatever it's been since the first shoe drop, Nike and Jordan has just flooded the market with these damn backwards checks, man. Some of them were cool. Like, I'm not saying they're bad sneakers, but at a certain point, like, there's overkill. And thank God they're finally gonna get to work on designing something different. By the time we get to monochromatic, all black on black, like a black on black Air Force One, like we knew we had sort of jumped the shark with this, collaboration and design. And so bid you farewell. It's over for the Cactus Jack. Jordan 1, both high and low. Rest in peace. Thank you, Lord. First up in copper drop, my man, De'Aaron Fox, aka Swiper the Fox, Acne Studios tee, Black Rick Owens utility pant or cargo pants. I forget what they call them, but you guys have seen these Rick pants all up and down the NBA. It's been the dominant pant of the last 2 to 3 years in the NBA, and of course, Rick Owens sneakers. Y'all know I'm always gonna be digging an all-black monochromatic look. This is clean. This is not all over the place. Acne Studios, I don't need to say it again. That's one of my favorite brands. I think Sniper looks good. He's not doing too much business-like. He's having a damn good playoff debut. I'm copping this fit. Next up, Michael Porter Jr., swingman of the Denver Nuggets. We see him here in a pair of shades from Les Specs, a cardigan from a brand called Kids World. Shout outs to all my people over at Dreamville, Boss, Ebe, Derek, Clay, all my family over there, Felton, all my people at Dreamville Records, man. Y'all know I'm feeling the Dreamville merch, the Dreamville tee. Amiri jeans, sort of wider leg, departure. I guess Amiri's getting into the wide leg bell-bottom look. They came in the game on skinny jeans, but whatever, you gotta adapt with the times, so they're doing what's popular, and these Louis Vuitton kicks, which I absolutely abhor. Shouts to Kids World, up-and-coming brand. This feels super derivative of like some BBC ice cream type of situation, but whatever, we all gotta be inspired by something. As much as I enjoy the representation of Dreamville Records here, dropping this fit, it's just not doing it for me. Last but certainly not least, I just cannot quit this man. Every time I think he has outdone himself with the outlandishness and ridiculousness of his wares, James Harden outdoes himself. James Harden, of course, no stranger to full court fits, Bottega, nylon jacket, Rick Owens runway silvered black pants, and those terrible Rick Owens Chuck Taylor high top knockoffs. Look, I think Harden probably sees himself as some sort of fashion know-it-all, and like the masses, the plebes like you and I, we just couldn't possibly understand the vision of what he's putting on here. But I just think that's bullshit. I just think there's no rhyme or reason day to day to anything this man puts on besides it's from Rick, it's from Balenciaga, it's from Louis Vuitton, it's from some high fashion house who he feels like is worthy of his respect, and he'll wear it. It doesn't matter how absurd it looks, doesn't matter that it serves no function, it doesn't have an aesthetic sort of appeal. It doesn't, like, it's just terrible. He's stepping on these pants because you're probably supposed to be wearing these with with a heel. You're probably supposed to be wearing this with some sort of elevated heel, right? Like, he's just rocking them with these sneakers, and he just looks bad. This is terrible. This is just a rich guy who let these Europeans tell him he know what he doing, and they got him looking like a fool. Obviously, dropping this fit. All right, that was our show for today. Make sure you're subscribed to the Ringers YouTube page. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell button so that you get notified every single Friday when Full Court Fits drops. I'm Big Waz. I'm out of here. Peace.